there was a weight on me, and then scoring that, like I had a whole touchdown celebration planned. And I remember I scored, and I like started to choke up, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Like I've never cried on the football field in my life.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Nicole Hutchison here for your First and 10, presented by JCPenney. We got another good one cooking up for you. Jake Ferguson already making history in this 2025 season. I mean, but history's not new to you at all. But just talking about you so far, 7 catches in Week 5 against the Jets, tying for the most receptions now with 41 for the most in the NFL. Just talk about what's clicking for you through the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, I think honestly, it's the offense. The way those guys work, starting with the front 7, the O-line, those guys are working their tail off, obviously protecting Dak back there while he's making those reads. And then, I attribute some of those catches, to, I might be running a check down, but it's those receivers who are taking the defense off and, running them off, and, they have to drop all those guys, and then the check down goes to me. So, I think it's a group effort right now with this offense and being able to click, and then also with Dak at the helm, the ceiling's way up there.
You've gone from a former fourth round pick to now one of the most productive tight ends in the NFL. What moment made you realize that you belonged in this league in your career?
I would say my first touchdown against Philly, at Philly, my rookie year. That was a moment where I was like, okay, like, it's like I belong here. I can hang here. And then that second year, playing how we did as a team and just doing the things we did, it was like, okay, like I can do this thing and not only just belong here, but, thrive here.
Yeah, 2023 was offensively, statistically, one of the best years for this team, but you specifically, a career high in receiving touchdowns, receiving yards. How did that year kind of change the standard that you set for yourself, considering, one, you were already a competitive person, but how did it kind of change?
Play the best at my position better than it's ever done before, and that's something we talk about in the tight end room, Coach Linda Wells and Ken Dorsey, what we talk about, it's been done great at a high level here for a long time. You gotta replicate that or do better. And, that's just what I try to do, approach every day, and, just try to get better at one thing every single day and just keep stacking them.
You talked about Coach Linda Wells. What has he meant for you in your growth in your career?
He's huge. I think we've hit a different level of, player coach, and being able to talk to him about the things we talk about and just get to the deeper level of the game. I couldn't ask for anything else. And, he was telling me this past offseason he wanted to go to, or he was potentially going to Chicago. And, I had to pull out a bunch of stuff and just be like, nah, man, and then the final one was he just got a Harley motorcycle. I said, you can only ride that thing for 3 months out of the year. So that got him to stay.
What else did you do to keep him here?
Yeah,
We'll save that one. We'll save that one. I know he also mentioned, and you as well, when 2024 didn't technically go, as planned for you, right? Production kind of dips a little bit. You battle with injuries, the knee, concussion as well. What did that season kind of teach you about yourself that you didn't know about yourself?
For me, that season was adversity. It was just a different form of adversity. And yeah, we can talk about like injuries and stuff and getting hurt in the first. But my standard, I was always taught, are you hurt or are you injured? So if I'm out there playing and I'm on the field and I'm suited up, I should be able to give you my all, and there shouldn't be any drop off. So that's the standard I hold myself to. Just a little bit of adversity, not going the way I wanted, didn't get in the end zone. But at the same time, like, you got to trust the process. You can't try to do something drastic or, stop doing what you were doing. You stay on the process. You keep doing the stuff for your body. You keep catching balls on the jugs. You keep, doing the little drills before practice, after practice, in the middle of practice, during special teams when might not be going. You just can't get bored, you can't get complacent, and that's really what helped me focus.
And from what I remember, I don't think you even kind of acknowledged until it was asked that, your knee was kind of bothering you the entire year, but you still kept playing, didn't quit at all, so I admire that about you. But when you look back into those quiet moments, I mean, obviously you have your wife that was there to support you, but when you look back to those moments when it was just you, no one was watching, what were those moments like?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I've got a ton of support, a lot of people who love me, and it is hard mentally sometimes, when you're in that and it seems like it might be really dark. But me personally, I have a great surrounding cast of people who help me out and talk to me, and I'm able to express how I feel. And you know, when you think it's dark, it's not as dark as you may seem. You can always talk. There's guys in this building who make my day lighter. Yeah, you just got to see the light in things.
At what point did you start feeling like yourself again?
Ooh. Yeah. It would be bad if I said this past Green Bay where I scored.
It's fine.
No, yeah. There was definitely there was definitely that feeling in the back of my head, and there was a weight on me. And then scoring that, like, I had a whole touchdown celebration planned. And I remember I scored, and I like started to choke up, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Like, I've never cried on the football field in my life. And then I remember Dak came up to me. We exchanged some words, and I was just like, man, thank you, like, so much. And then now I'm just back having fun. But I mean, it's not like I went out there last season and was like, I'm not having fun, I'm miserable. Yeah. I love this game so much. I could play this anywhere, like parking lot. I obviously love the Cowboys, but like, could play it in a parking lot, could play it, in the backyard or whatever. I love this game, and it's taken me places I never thought. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a roller coaster for sure.
Yeah, it's taking you places you never thought. It's also getting you paid as well. 4-year, $52 million, the highest paid tight end in Dallas Cowboys history. What did that moment mean for you in terms of now you are a part of the future of the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, it's first and foremost, it's an honor. And, to be able to represent the star, like, I see it every single day, and I really try to embrace it. It's an honor, and it's a privilege to wear the star. And that's how I try to approach every scenario, whether I'm on the field or off the field. I've said this when I signed, like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I'm pretty sure I even manifested coming here before the draft. Like, it's awesome. And then at the same time, the money is, it's just there. Like, at the same time, it's really good, but it's not going to change the way I play. If only it's going to try to, elevate my standard and make, hey, this is what I got to do. Help this team succeed.
Yeah, you, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams, so many pieces to this offense, but you got a quarterback in Dak Prescott who has certainly taken a leap that a lot of people, of course, doubted, but he's proving a lot of people wrong. What's that chemistry like, and how have you guys kind of built that over the years? Because you saw it in 2023, but it seems like it's on a whole new level now.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen on the field. It happens off the field. It happens, with our meetings when we go on our throwing trip, when he takes the whole passing, the whole receiving core out. With golf, even, me, him, and Will, and a couple other guys going golfing. Like, it starts there, and then when we get out here, we've built that. We've got that trust to where, if he says something to me, it's not going to hurt my feelings or anything. It's not going to make me like angry at him or something like that. It's like, all right, that's what he needs from me. Like, I got to get it done. And something that but we just had a meeting right before the season started with some Air Force pilots, talking to them, and they talked about a wingman and a guy having your back. And sometimes you don't have to be the leader. You don't have to be the leader. And I tell him all the time, you fly lead, I'll fly wing. Like, we got your back. So, and that's the whole mentality from this offense.
That's dope. That's super dope. What's a story that fans don't necessarily know about you and Dak in terms of the bond that you guys have?
Man,
that you would like to share?
Yeah, man. We're both struggling to break 100 in golf, or we were this past off season. We don't golf much now at all, really. But yeah, the golf game.
Got it. I'm gonna wrap it up real fast. What does success look like for Jake Ferguson in
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. All right, straight to the point. I appreciate you, Jake.
Thank you
so much.